Good Tuesday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresco. The 22 News Storm Team has issued a weather alert, not for tonight, but for the day tomorrow. So any evening plans or out on the roads, you look good right now. Let's bring in Jack Wu with the 22 News Storm Team with a look at the roads and weather conditions. Right now, Jack, it is dry out there, no problems.
Yeah, we're just looking at some drizzles, maybe a light scattered shower at most, but we're really just paying attention to tomorrow. Let's first take a look at the traffic now. We're pretty calm on the roads today. Not much in terms of any traffic delays. I mean, you have your classic construction points going down Route 5, but really that's it in terms of traffic. The roads are looking pretty calm for your way home, but we are going to be looking at that weather for tomorrow. So let's take a look at our live camera in Springfield. We can see we do have a lot of that cloudy weather, even a little bit of a haze in some places, but we are gearing up for some showers tonight and even more so during the day tomorrow. There's a flood watch in place from 1 p.m. Wednesday to 7 a.m. on Thursday. That's for all of western Massachusetts, and this means that there is a likelihood that in localized areas we could see some flooding, especially with localized rainfall totals going up to 4 inches. There's also a wind advisory tomorrow for eastern parts of Hampshire and Hampden County. Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. This goes from 3 p.m. Wednesday to 1 a.m. Thursday, and this is only going to further the conditions we're seeing during the day. Temperatures now mainly ranging through the 30s, up and down 91, 37 in Westfield, 35 in Northampton, Berkshire County, very similar, mainly in those mid to high 30s. And our clouds and radar are showing that just off to our west, we're already looking at some of that rain making its way through. We're going to give you the timing on when that rain comes here with the 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
Bay State Health and the insurer WellPoint have reached an agreement. This means people who are insured with WellPoint will be able to continue to access Bay State Health hospitals, doctors' offices, and other services. If no agreement had been reached, WellPoint customers would have lost in-network access to Bay State services at the beginning of the new year. The extradition hearing for the suspect in the killing of the United Healthcare CEO was held in Pennsylvania today. Luigi Mangione was arrested yesterday morning at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania after being spotted by an employee. During today's hearing, he refused to waive extradition and bail was denied. He faces murder charges in New York City for the killing of Brian Thompson, who was shot dead in Midtown Manhattan while walking into an investors meeting at a Hilton hotel. A recently filed lawsuit is claiming that the State House undermined the passage of Question 1 on the 2024 ballot. The question allows State Auditor Diana DiZoglio to audit the Massachusetts legislature. The existing House rule allowed for an independent auditor to examine financial documents. An amendment to the rule was passed last month and still allows for an independent auditor chosen by DiZoglio herself. The lawsuit claims that amendment still, quote, does not allow the auditor to audit the legislature. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu's tax plan has failed in the state Senate. Mayor Wu had been urging the state to give her administration the power to push a greater share of the city's property tax burden onto commercial owners. She said that it was the best way to prevent an all-time once spike from hitting residential owners in 2025. The first version of her plan cleared the House but stalled in the Senate. That second version also won House approval but had been idling in the Senate for weeks. Back now with Jack Wu. It looks like flooding potential tomorrow. Also, some gusty winds could lead to some power outages.
Oh, that's definitely a possibility, especially in the afternoon. That's when we're looking at our heaviest rain. So let's take a look at our 22 News Storm Team Skycast. We'll give you the timing for that right now. Looking at 7 p.m. this evening, we're looking at those light, maybe some scattered showers throughout western Massachusetts. Not going to be heavy this evening. So if you're on the roads tonight, that's going to be best, especially 12 a.m. Wednesday morning. Just looking at a lot of that cloud cover sticking around. It's really when we get into the morning tomorrow. Your morning commute, give yourself a little extra time. 6 a.m. looking at pretty widespread showers. Not at their heaviest just yet. We're waiting till we get to the afternoon. Right around 12 p.m. we could see we do have more of those showers moving in, and then we get our most likely our heaviest rain during the day 3 p.m. Wednesday, and this is going well through the afternoon. This is also the timing for our wind advisory with those wind gusts that could reach up to 50 miles an hour right at 7 p.m. Going through the evening hours, we're not looking at this rain lasting more than tomorrow. 12 a.m. Thursday morning, we're looking at that rain making its way out, and we're looking at dry conditions heading towards the weekend. Nick?
Jack, the Red Sox have announced their off-season fan event for 2025. It's Fenway Fest, which will be held on Saturday, January 11th at Fenway Park and MGM Music Hall in Boston. In the last few off-seasons, the Red Sox hosted their very popular winter weekend at MGM Springfield and the Mass Mutual Center. But the Boston Globe reports the Fenway Fest will now replace the winter weekend in Springfield. Tickets are $85 for adults and $35 for children 14 and under. Each ticket does include a voucher for a 2025 Red Sox home game in April or May. America now runs on Dunkin' deodorant. The chain is teaming up with the company Native on a limited edition line of deodorant, shampoos, conditioners, and other body care products that smell like menu items. There are 4 scents: strawberry frosted, vanilla sprinkle, blueberry cobbler, and Boston cream. They range from $10 to $14 and can be bought at some retail stores like Walmart, as well as through Native's website. Coming up tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, New Massachusetts emergency shelter regulations went into effect today. We'll explain what this means for families already in the system. Plus, an outpouring of support for veterans today in Agawam. We'll have a look at how one organization is honoring those who served during the holidays. And there is a 22 News Storm Team weather alert for flooding and gusty winds tomorrow. We'll have that timing with the 22 News Storm Team forecast. Jack.
And one last look at the traffic. Things are looking pretty normal. Not looking at that rain impacting our travel this evening. We do have that typical construction down Route 5, but overall looking at good conditions today, not as much tomorrow. We'll be tracking it all on 22 News at 5. Nick?
Okay, Jack, thank you. And thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Latest news and weather anytime on our website, wwlp.com, and the free 22 News app.